Hello there guys and welcome to what I want to call the high stakes SmackDown review, because boy did this episode hit. Before we just start off, I want to say massive thank you to the support shown on these reviews and also the Raw reviews with Saul. As obviously of course, Saul's not here again. I'm alone at my SmackDown reviews. I want to say a massive quick happy Veterans Day to the people in the US. Obviously I know yesterday for you guys would have been the Veterans Day, but they mentioned it on SmackDown, so I just want to wish a happy belated Veterans Day to all the veterans around the country. Now, let's get on to the actual show at hand. So, before we start the show, Twitter had announced that the tag team match, the Usos versus the New Day, was to kick off SmackDown. And boy, were my expectations high at this point. To be told that we are getting New Day and Usos to literally quite define the longest reigning tag team champs to start off SmackDown. Massive. Would I like this in the main event? Yes. Did it work here? Yes. Now, the tag match from Raw was a great teaser on to what came about this. And let me tell you now, I've got just under 3 pages worth of notes from this match itself, because damn was this a good match. So we go into the show, and let me tell you now, this crowd is immense. This crowd is so good. So much better than the Raw crowd. And it's just lively. They're cheering for everything. This is before we even start. Like, they're just throwing up noise, and it's brilliant. That is my phone telling me that I have just done my update on the PlayStation. So we go on, and we get told that the rain is on the line, which we knew, but we never knew how close it was. So it turns out that right now, as it stands off the SmackDown, the Usos were day 481, and the New Day are 483. So quite literally 2 days of a reign. So come Monday, they said, come Monday Night Raw, more than likely we'll get an Uso celebration, because Monday Night Raw will be 484 days as tag team champs if they was to win this match later in a second. So straight away, Usos and Kofi, Usos and New Day go down to the ring, and it's already got a massive fight feel. It's already got one of those feels of, oh my god, this is big, you know. And I just put, it feels massive, and the New Day are quite literally classed as the gatekeepers of this title reign. I put so hyped for this. The Usos also make the entrance. Usi is everywhere. Turns out that Jay does not have a broken wrist, but he does have ligament damage. So fair play to Jay for still wrestling through this ligament damage. And I put crowd 5 out of 5 because, like I say, they were chanting for Usi, they were chanting for the Usos, they were also chanting for the New Day. Like, it was brilliant. So we got a lively start. So the Usos are pretty much in control at this point. It's a very lively start. We've got a quick cover straight away. So New Day take him down and go for a quick cover, trying to get it over and done quickly, which, let's be honest, is never going to happen in these games ever. So we got an interesting stat that both teams have defeated each other twice for the gold. Right? So this basically, whoever wins this match has got the upper hand and also the reign, right? But Usos were controlling for most of this match. I say most of the match, start of the match. I love the segments where you go rope to rope and you duck, you jump over. Really lovely sequence. I call it Great Duck and Weave. And there was a really nice jumping, spinning elbow from Xavier Woods. It was lovely. And again, these teams never miss. They always have a good match. And by God, this was good so far. They go into the corner and they start doing unicorn stomps, kicking just the absolute crap out of Jimmy or Jay in the corner. I forgot which one. I think it's Jimmy. And I just mean kicking the crap. And they did notify that JBL came up with the name Unicorn Stomps. So at least JBL actually did something right, I guess. But yes, you've got Unicorn Stomps. And then New Day's now in control. So just before we hit another ad break, we get the trust fall. So they take it to the outside. Kofi goes on the top rope and just trust falls off the top rope. Because, yeah. Now, I wouldn't do that, personally. I wouldn't trust fall. I mean, I wouldn't jump off the top rope. but I wouldn't trust full. I mean, obviously, you've got to have trust in your tag partners, and they do, and your enemies, but God, no. And then we go into the ad break with the New Day in control. So, albeit so far, this match is straight away, tempers are flaring, the crowd's really into it, they're buying into this big match feel, and it's on a random SmackDown, mind you. This could have been safe for pay-per-view, but it's timed it really nicely that the last match that they need is on SmackDown, and they will become the new Reigns if they was to win on Raw. That's Usos. Obviously, New Day could end up, being in that one. So, like I said, we come back from the ad break, and they're back to basically just slogging out in the ring. Jay literally rams Kofi into that barricade with force, and I mean, just launches him into it. There's a really good cheap shot. Vintage Usos, and the noise from the boos were electric. So they've got him on the rope. The ref is looking the other way, and bam, cheap shot on the ropes. And Michael Cole says it's vintage Usos. It's just heels being heels, Michael Cole, but okay, cool. Vintage Usos have got face paint. Everyone is going, we want Sammy, and according to Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, Sami Zayn is not in attendance today as he's dealing with a personal issue. So we don't get to see Sami Zayn at this point. So Sammy, whatever your personal issue is, I hope that it's sorted, and I hope everything is good for you. And all we can see is Jimmy going, yeah, well, he's not here, is he? And Jay's just pointing his ears and just covering them. He doesn't want to hear it. He hates the word Sammy. And then he's like, oh yeah, and then everyone's chanting Sammy Uso. There is something that the Usos did, and they did it last week. They got Kofi, grabbed his legs, and split him apart. You should never let a man's legs be split apart like that ever, because God damn, that must hurt. Like, no thanks, And then I love the Usos' hair, the little red tints in the hair. Obviously, Jimmy has more red in it, and Jay has a little bit, but it just looks really nice. You also noticed that the tribute to the troops are the tops that the Usos are wearing, and you get a backstage bit where Roman's also wearing his tribute to the troops top. That's a mouthful. Obviously, with it being Veterans Day, again, happy Veterans Day. It will also be a case of the tribute to the troops is right around the corner. I think they're doing an event this week. Something along the lines of that. So then there's a lovely corner drop kick. Literally pins him up in the corner and just lays him out. Just beautiful stuff. Close tag. As Kofi's trying to get over to Xavier for the hot tag. What's that? Jay comes on the outside and just sweeps him from the rope, from the apron, and chucks him onto the ground. And it's like, well, damn. Good heel work, stopping the tag. Really good. And I was like, no, Uso stopped the tag to us. Now I'm rooting for the New Day at this point. What I've started doing now is for every match that is now appearing, at the time of the match starting, I will put a prediction down for who I think is going to win. And then we'll see if I'm right or not. I know this, I am not cheating because I always write them down at the start of the match, and you'll see. But my predictions for this was the Usos. I thought, let's be honest here, they should retain. We'll see. There's a lovely, so picks him up as a backdrop, then turns around and neck breaker, 2 count. It's oh my god, that was close. We get an ad break. After the ad break finishes, we come back, and Kofi's trying for that tag, and bam, Xavier Woods gets the tag. Again, a great over and under, or as I like to call it, a great duck and weave. Another sequence, rope to rope, underneath, over, ducking, just not letting the opponent attack you. And then Xavier Woods turns around and bam, lovely rolling elbow. Beautiful. Really nice Hurricane Rana that he does, and a leg sweep. It's just beautiful stuff. Both teams are so good. There was a really nice leg drop from the top rope from Xavier onto Jay. And it was a 2.5 kick out. It was close. And it was, like I say, it was a very good drop kick. Leg drop, sorry. Then all of a sudden, Kofi's in the ring and does a boom drop. Tag to Jay. Kofi hits a random SOS out of nowhere, getting closer but not quite there. Then we get this is awesome chants, and let me tell you now, this was awesome in every way. High intensity, high stakes. This was just brilliant. Then we get so Xavier tags in, he gets in the ring, and let me tell you now, he gets super kicked not once, but twice. And my God, he got his head took off with these. Like, these super kicks, I mean, one, they sound good, but goddamn, they connected. And then Xavier's on the floor, and we get an Uso, and they go up to the top rope. And you know what this means? If they go up to the top rope, it only means one thing, it's a double splash. And they did the double splash. 1, 2, 2 point. Xavier Woods just kicked out of the double splash. The crowd's gone nuts. The Usos have gone mental. Like, what the hell? So then we get to a point where we start fighting a little bit, and Kofi drags Usos out of the ring. Jay's been completely taken out. There's a really nice rope DDT from Xavier to Jimmy, I think it was, or Jay. Jimmy. And then we hit the midnight hour. 1, 2. Jey Uso comes in, breaks up the pin. This is literally, I'm on the edge of my seat going, oh my God. At that point, I generally thought they're going to win. And then we get a standoff. They literally stand up, really into the match, and they just turn around and be like, okay, are we actually going to get this done or what? And they just start fighting, just start going for it, and the Usos win the standoff. Then we get to a point where we're on the top rope. Kofi is about to stand up, and as he jumps off the top rope, the Usos put him into position for the 1D, the one and done, and just literally, boom, straight down, literally one and done, and the Usos make history. So my prediction was right. Usos, I felt like they had to win this. And what a team to beat to get the reign by the New Day. This match was incredible from start to finish. Like I say, personally, I was rooting. I predicted the Usos, but I was rooting for the New Day. Really good face team. Literally, not even been in a storyline or whatnot. Comes in and bam, they're also over. The thing I miss about this is Big E's not about. But the biggest thing for me is the Usos and the New Day had a clean ass tag team match, which literally had no interference, no nothing. It was just two teams fighting against each other to determine who is the best team on that roster, on the planet. And let me tell you now, this is why I've deemed it 5 out of 5. This match is my first ever 5 out of 5 match during these whole reviews. And my God, what is it a good one. I loved everything about this match. Just absolutely bloody brilliant. Just incredible. And then we found out, so from that, I've got to take a bit of a breather. I'm thinking, God, I've just witnessed that match. I'm like, whoa. And we then get the participants for the World Cup. And it is as follows. We have Mustafa Ali. Yes, he was on Raw, but he's on this World Cup. Shinsuke Nakamura. Ricochet. Braun Strowman. Sami Zayn. Escobar. Jinder Mahal. And Butch. Now, I have the things written down, and this was confirmed by Ali's Instagram. The World Cup is as follows. Pakistan is the one that Ali is representing. It says representing India, and he's also representing Pakistan, which is really cool. Shinsuke Nakamura, Japan. Ricochet and Braun Strowman, America. Sami, Canada, or we also know he's from Syria, but he's Canada. He's also from Syria, but he's representing Canada. Santos Escobar is representing Mexico. Jinder Mahal is representing India. And Butch is representing England, of course. Sorry, to rephrase, Ali is Indian, not from India, but he's Indian. And Pakistan is his country of origin, and that's what they've shown for the background flag for when Ali is going to do his match. So, we're backstage with Roman Reigns at this point, and it's like, it feels good, right? It feels good to be on the cusp of greatness. And he's like, we've got to do it the right way, though. I've got some business I need to handle. And you're thinking, ooh, you've got some business you need to handle. Oh. And it's then we get represented with the trophy. We have our first round matchup, and it is Santos Escobar versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So my prediction here is Shinsuke Nakamura. This is exactly how it goes. So I'm excited for this. Shinsuke and Escobar should be good. This match starts off. Shinsuke's in control. We've got a bit where Santos Escobar goes over to this side, gets hung on the ropes, and then basically Shinsuke does a rollback, runs underneath the rope, and boom, German suplex off the rope. Lovely, lovely stuff. And as you've seen, that Uso thing, by the way, took about 14 minutes worth, and so it should. We've also got Legado del Fantasma. Now, I found something out this episode. Legado del Fantasma. I now know the meaning behind the name, and let me tell you, I love it. So, it turns out Santos Escobar is a second-generation wrestler. And that his father was Fantasma, which means ghost. So, when his father used to wrestle, he was Fantasma. Now, in my head, Legado del Fantasma sounds like family of Phantasma, or family of Ghost. But, regardless of this, we now know that Legado del Fantasma was named after his dad, as he was a wrestler, and Santos Escobar is a second-gen wrestler, which I think is just really cool. A really nice fact to know. There's a bit where Shinsuke Nakamura picks him up, front facing, and chucks him behind, so it's a reverse suplex or exploder suplex. Lovely stuff. We get a very cheeky roll up, which results in a 2 count. I'm thinking, oh crap, please don't tell me this is how it's going to go down. I put Escobar is so good, and so is that group. That group there, especially Joken Wild, who in TNA was amazing. Shout out to when it was in TNA, but just bloody incredible. Toro eats a very vicious knee. El Toro on the outside eats a very vicious knee. Beautiful. And then there's an enziguri from Escobar, I think it is, to Shinsuke. Just makes a lot of noise. Legado del Fantasma try and get involved. And basically they get taken out by Shinsuke Nakamura. And then on the top rope, we get Shinsuke Nakamura is held up in position because Legado del Fantasma's Santos Escobar hits a wonderful Phantom Driver from the middle rope. And let me tell you now, that move was beautiful. Really good heel work to solidify. And I actually thought Shinsuke was going to go through here, but no. Turns out that Santos Escobar won the match and now advances to the semi-finals, or semi-finals if you're American. Semi-finals of the World Cup. And let me say now, again, this trophy is beautiful. Like, if you lot could see the trophy, beautiful. I give this a 3 out of 5. It was a good match. It definitely struggled being placed after the New Day and Shinsuke. New Day and Usos. But the thing is, at the end of the day, is it was a good match regardless. And it shows off them in a good way. But 3 out of 5, this match could be a 4, maybe a 5 out of 5. It's damn good, you know. There was a weird audio glitch that I got. And I tried to look on Twitter if anyone else got it. I checked my headphones. They were working fine. I think there was a slight audio glitch when Michael Cole was trying to say something. And there was a wonderful Veterans Day package. This Veterans Day package was amazing. So again, moral of this whole episode is Happy Veterans Day to everyone across the world. If you're a veteran, you have my utmost respect for being in that war. And for being in several wars and being on the front line. So my respect is always given in that circumstance. So happy Veterans Day. And then we get Liv Morgan coming down to the ring. Now, at this point, Liv Morgan comes down, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, we're probably going to get Liv and Sonya. No, we get a 6-pack challenge. And the winner gets to face Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series WARGAMES. Now, at this point, Liv makes entrance down to the ring, and then it cuts off. We get an ad break that one says, Finn versus Seth for the US title. So we get told that Finn Balor and Seth Rollins are going to fight for the US title on Raw. And that we have a special moment, is what it's called, of Roman. And I'm thinking, what happened to Liv? And we get to backstage, and LA Knight appears. And I'm thinking, well, Liv's just made an entrance down to the ring. What the crap's happening? This sets up for something lovely. So, LA Knight is on talking to the backstage person, sorry, and basically the screen starts glitching. The backstage commentator, I think it is called, or something. And the screen starts flickering with the Bray Wyatt logo, and he's like, "Oh, I don't give a damn about him." And LA Knight's going, I'm not scared. Or you should be focused on me. I'm the main attraction." And then Bray Wyatt comes into picture. Oh my god! And he's like, "I'm willing to do some nasty things. Are you willing to go that far?" And he's like, "I don't know. You can go back to your puppet house. You can go stick the puppets up where the sun don't shine if you're into that kind of thing." LA Knight, he is incredible. And Bray Wyatt gets physical for the first time since his return. Someone pointed this out on Instagram. Is Bray Wyatt doing the Green Goblin thing where the mask is talking to him and implanting these images in his head? These nasty images in his head. And is the mask trying to take over Bray? Is it a Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man film? Someone pointed it out on Twitter, and I think it's a brilliant analogy. I will have a look and conversation with the people in my Discord about it. But do you guys think that Bray Wyatt is adopting the Green Goblin gimmick from Spider-Man 1? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that is. But these promos that LA Knight and Bray are going to do are going to be phenomenal. And yes, Bray got physical for the first time. I'm thinking, what the hell? And then we go to the 6-pack challenge. We're back at it. And in the ring is Liv, Sonya, Lacey, and Xia Li. And the last two to get entrances are Shotzi, with her brilliant tank, and Raquel Gonzalez. And it turns out this is the first one to gain pinfall wins. I would have loved this to be a 6-pack elimination challenge, but I was happy with what I got. Now, I predicted Lacey Evans here. So, straight away, there's a lot going off. In my notes straight away, I was like, this could be a struggle to keep up. Because let me tell you now, it could very much be a struggle to keep up if there's a lot. But luckily, the camera was always pointed on one specific moment, thankfully. Raquel Gonzalez eats post within the first 2 minutes of the match. Just eats post. And then all of a sudden we get a women's right by Lacey Evans. You're thinking, oh, it's over. Doesn't pin her straight away. It's a slow pin. Only for basically Lacey to be took out. Then you get Liv versus Sonya again, obviously with that rivalry. And then Liv gets thrown straight into steel steps, and you're thinking, oh, well, Liv's out. Now, Wade Barrett made a comment here, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about this comment. Xia Li is like Chun-Li and Raiden had a night of magic. Yeah, I'm speechless. Chun-Li and Raiden had a night of magic, and here's Xia Li. What? Wade Barrett, you say some stupid stuff. And he's like, and some further on the episode, he's like, oh, I'm straight. I'm straight as all hell. I'm like, okay, cool. There's a beautiful, beautiful soaring vertical suplex by Raquel Gonzalez. Just holds her there. And it's on the middle rope as well. Well, Xia Li is gone off the top. And she's literally there. Just holds her. And then bam. Just drops her. Incredible. Whilst on the floor, Sonya tries some very quick pins. Nothing happened at all. And that turns Xia Li is so good. Then all of a sudden, Liv Morgan comes out and she's going corner to corner, just battering everyone, jumping with her ass into them, and yeah, just bam, 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 and then to a third corner, just all over the place. She looks incredible, and she is definitely a star. And I'm like, yes, Liv is being pushed like she should be, for sure. And then we have Trouble in Paradise from Xia Li. And it basically what it is it's a spinning kick, but it looks like a Trouble in Paradise. Again, lovely stuff. Then we get a power bomb. Well, we look like we're gonna get a power bomb from Raquel Gonzalez. but DeVille interrupts. And then we get told it's no DQ or count out, and Xylee tries to bring out a table. Not Xylee, so Raquel Gonzalez tries to bring out a table. And I'm like, ooh, okay, this is good. Sets up the table. You know the golden rule. If you set up the table, you've got to go for it. So, Raquel Gonzalez has got DeVille ready to powerbomb, because DeVille loves going for a table. And Liv Morgan does a very unnecessary dive. She could have left it so that Sonya went straight for that table, as Liv Morgan and Sonya been feuded, but no. Liv Morgan decides to interrupt and throw herself at it. She eats the table. I mean, she literally is the personification of I am the table. Because she goes over, she stumbles badly, and she goes straight into that table, face first. It's brutal. And everyone's going, table, table. And then in the ring, Lacey Evans and Shotzi are going at it, and it turns out that Shotzi hits a lovely DDT, in which we then get Shotzi with the pinfall. So it ends up being Shotzi versus Ronda at Survivor Series WARGAMES. And I've still got 2 pages left. Then we get ads again, so this was annoying. But we've just confirmed Shotzi won that match, and we are getting Shotzi Ronda. And then Emma goes to Shotzi backstage having a little talk, and Emma asks if she's seen Madcap Moss. And I don't know why we're doing it this way, but Emma apparently now has a crush on Madcap Moss, because Shotzi's like, ooh, Emma's got a crush. And I'm like, please, this is such a crap storyline for Emma. But yes, Emma and Madcap Moss are apparently going to have a bit of a storyline. Oh, God. And then all of a sudden, Shayna Baszler comes into shot, and it's like, oh, okay. And she just says, basically, you've not won anything. The only thing you've won is a lifetime, a beating of a lifetime. And that you're going to have broken legs, broken bones. Now, my initial thing here is, Shayna, mouthpiece for Ronda? Yes. Ronda can't wrestle, Ronda can't cut a promo. Sorry, not sorry. But having Shayna as a Shayna Baszler as a mouthpiece for Ronda would be incredible, because she's a damn good promo and can sell. So here I'm thinking, oh crap, Shayna as a mouthpiece? Yes. No. Turns around, she says, I'm not scared, blah this, blah that. And Shayna goes, well, why don't you say it to her face? So Shotzi turns around, and as soon as she's about to say something, Shayna gets her in the clutch, or whatever it's called, and then basically just chokes her out. And Ronda doesn't really say anything here. She's just, But the one funny line she did have is clean up on aisle green. I thought that was quite funny. Like, okay, fair dues, but you still could have delivered it a bit better. Whatever. And when I said, yeah, Ronda, not bad idea. Ronda shuts up and Shayna speaks for her. So then we go backstage. We have a little segment because it's Ricochet talk about his match. And how it's Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali next week. And I put F yes. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to swear on this, but I said F yes. Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet. Yes, 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 and please. And then Gunther walks in, and my God, does this guy have presence? He walks in because Ricochet basically says, I'm here to take back what's mine. And Gunther walks in and went, just to clarify, what do you mean? Ricochet goes, that title. Went, this title? Nah. Although, please advance, because I'd love to beat the crap out of you again. This was brilliant. Gunther just had presence. The way he offers himself out, Gunther could be the one to dethrone Roman, if I'm honest. Like, Gunther could be the guy to dethrone Roman, and should be, in my opinion. He's a guy that's got presence that could fill straight in for Roman, as he's got Imperium, and he just has the stature, the presence, the wrestling ability, and the promo. Gunther's got the whole package. I think if anyone wants to dethrone Roman, Gunther could be that guy. Then we come out to the ring. And we've got Jinder Mahal for the first time during the Triple H era. And Jinder's got a promo. And he says he was a great WWE champion. I forgot he was WWE champion. I forgot that Jinder Mahal had a run as WWE champion because he won at WrestleMania Backlash against Randy Orton. I forgot about that altogether. My prediction here is Braun. And as you can guess, it was Braun Strowman. Jinder literally starts by attacking Braun before the bell, and 2 minutes into it, gets squashed. Quite literally. He runs through Jinder on the outside, goes into the ring, and power bombs Jinder for the 1-2-3. The Monster Bomb. This was a 2 out of 5. I enjoyed seeing Jinder get beat up, but there wasn't really a point. Wasn't really a point to this, apart from Braun's the obvious advancement here. So Braun advances, and I don't know who it is next week, but it's then I put Braun Strowman versus Gunther. And then again, Roman's got this special moment. What business does Roman have? We'll find out later. And then we get into the ring, and a couple of ad breaks here and there, obviously, and Selena Vega's in the ring. I'm thinking, oh god, okay. We are gonna get Selena Vega versus B-Fab. This was gonna be B-Fab's in-ring debut. I put prediction Selena. And the reason I say this is because as soon as they're about to start, Valhalla arrives. Yes, Sarah Logan is back in WWE with her husband Eric and Ivar. She's married to Eric. And she's there, comes in, takes out B-Fab, takes out Selena, and basically, Eric and Ivar take out both tag teams. Now, I'm sorry, I love Hit Row, and I love Legado del Fantasma. They should not, especially after Santos has just won, should not be diminished to being took out by one tag team. You know, there's 2 tag teams there. But Eric and Ivar, they literally just demolish the teams. Ivar does like a running splash onto the barricade outside. He literally looks like he just murders him. He's just gone. Top Dollar got picked up with ease by both of them and just slapped on the floor like bang. And I turn around and say at this point, should they be called Valhalla or Viking Raiders? That's another question for you guys down below in the comments. I will put a couple. Valhalla or Viking Raiders for the name of this team. Because I think Valhalla sounds a lot better, if I'm honest. And yes, Sarah Logan is back. Now, I've already seen that Sarah Logan has got like this it's face paint above her face there, right? Now, Viking tradition promotes that you basically have some kind of war paint. Straight away on Twitter, and I'm sorry about this, and Money B pointed this out perfectly. Someone already posted, oh, we're letting Sarah Logan blackface. Stop trying to make drama out of drama that's not there. She's got half her face here that is on show, and it's war paint that is over here, right? The thing is, Eric and Ivar both have face paint on as well, which is Viking tradition, to paint your face ready for war. That's the tradition of the Vikings, right? We are not doing that at all. Sarah Logan looks the way she does because of how it's fine. If it wasn't fine, she wouldn't debut it. But it is fine, right? She's not blackface and she's just got face paint on. If you turn around, this is the analogy I'm going to use. I want a Black Panther face paint. Would I then be blackfacing, or would I then be Black Panther? I've asked for Black Panther face paint. The mask. So, yeah, right? It's just a bit of face paint. Stop trying to make issues out of issues where there aren't none. And then I get to a point where I say Roman time soon. And we've got about 10 minutes left here. And Roman Reigns starts walking down to the ring, and we get told he has now hit 803 days as Universal World Champion. 803. 2 years and a bit. Do you know how mental that is? That is incredibly mental. And it's the longest reign in 35 years. And at this point, 10 minutes left. So we're in the ring. Roman and his bloodline are all in the ring. And straight away, my favourite part of Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman is Heyman passes him the mic. What a pass! Oh, what a pass! Paul Heyman's it. And everyone's going, ooh, see, ooh, see, ooh, see. And also Roman Reigns, you was in Indiana. Indiana might not acknowledge you, but I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And Paul Heyman says, we're in this hellhole, and let me tell you now, this crowd went electric. Instant boos everywhere. It was brilliant. I loved every second of it. The boos were amazing. And Paul Heyman was like, that's not very UC of you. Brilliant stuff. And as Roman's about to start talking again for the second time, the Brawling Brutes come out, and I had a question mark. I didn't see where they were setting up, and I should have seen this a long time ago because I literally mentioned it, right? So the Brawling Brutes come out, and it's fight night. But we've got backup. Sheamus's music hits. Sheamus comes down, his mic isn't working. So Roman, being as smart and as quick as he can be, Ali sex tape, that's what she said, turns around and says, you can't even get the mic to work, what are you gonna do? Brilliant. Unfortunately for Sheamus, his mic wasn't working because he was like, fella, you tried to basically get rid of my arm, I'm back to beat you. And the mic wouldn't work. So unfortunate. Like I said, Roman was like, you can't even get the mic to work, what are you going to do? Brilliant stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's Brawling Brutes, 3 of them against Bloodline, 4 of them. And who should be the equalizer? Drew and McIntyre. Brilliant. Drew McIntyre comes out to make the save. As we know, Drew and Sheamus are best friends in real life, and probably could be part of the Brawling Brutes. Now, Karrion Kross is not in this at all, and I don't think he will be. I think they're going to leave the Karrion Kross stuff for now, because I looked at it and went, of course they are. They're setting up for War Games. Going to be the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Usos and Solo Sikoa versus the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Butch and Ridge, and Drew McIntyre, and who else? So that's the third question. Who would be the 5th member to face the Bloodline in War Games? I've said Kevin Owens to further the storyline with Sami Zayn. I think Kevin Owens would be the ideal 5th pick here for War Games against the Bloodline. He's had his own problems. He also wants to get Sami away from the Bloodline. So this could be the perfect opportunity for Kevin Owens to come back. I think, at least anyway. I will say it was a bit dull. They ended 2 minutes early because of the whole mic interaction. They basically, because the mic didn't work, they skipped it and went, we're just going to fight because it's fight night after all. And that they did. So a bit of a dull ending, which didn't matter too much because they had to make up for the mic issue. So they just started fighting. So all in all, I gave this 4 out of 5. This show was high stakes and it delivered. And I said the expectation for this was high. The New Day Usos 5 out of 5 match, incredible. You've got several matches. You've got the Braun versus Jinder, albeit a squash, but you've got Santos versus Shinsuke. Feels big. It's a big match that's going on. You know, again, you've got this World Cup high stakes. Then you've also got the 6-woman 6-pack challenge, the 6-woman pack challenge. Again, high stakes. Someone gets a title shot at Ronda Rousey. Everything had a very high fight feel. It's important, this episode, and it was. Bray Wyatt getting physical for the first time. Hell yes. So, my best superstar of the week, Usos and New Day. The Usos and the New Day stole the show for me. Everything they do is magic. They are 2 wrestling tag teams that are destined to be rivals because they are both amazing in their own right, and my god, what a team those 2 are. My worst superstar, Jinder Mahal. He comes back, gets squashed within 5 minutes. Now, that's nothing against him, but literally it's a case of Jinder Mahal, you had the worst showing on SmackDown today. But I would also like to say that Zelina and B-Fab are in contention because they didn't get their match. But all in all, Jinder Mahal is the worst superstar of the week for me. Because again, he just got squashed by Braun. It was there for fodder. And I'm going to be honest with you, because he is of a different nationality, perfect person to put in for the World Cup, and an easy fodder to push someone through. Because I was thinking it could have been Rey Mysterio with him being Mexican. It could have been Kevin Owens, you know, Canadian. Sami is Syrian, you know. But it wasn't. So Jinder Mahal unfortunately got used as fodder. So yes. Best, Usos and New Day. Worst, Jinder Mahal. And to finish off, 4 out of 5 for that show. So guys, thank you so much for watching the SmackDown review, the high stakes SmackDown review. We'll be back on Tuesday for mine and Saul's Raw after review, which will have to be done quick because I have got plans that evening, which you'll find out later next week on this channel. So guys, thank you for watching. You've been a pleasure. Peace.